Well, I want to put Lazgar in light armor for the next quest. And we're on a path to get dragon armor. But I just want to play her in some light armor. This is legendary elven armor, which you need the level 100 smithing perk for. And as a tribute to Samur, please, this is an orc in the Savior's hide, and I think this is the best look. And if I've learned anything from Love Buzz, it is that it's better to look good than be good. So, she looks great in this, so this is what I'm going to put her in. And that's the damage on the weapon we're going to take. And the most important thing is this is light. Now, this is pretty pointless and pretty silly. I just am used to playing evasion characters, and this is an excuse for me to see how an orc does as an evasion character. And I also want to see how good two-handed fighting is as an evasion character. So after this game with Lazgar, my next character was a two-handed evasion Khajiit, and it was a lot of fun. So this was kind of a test run for my next game, and I really liked it. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I like how she looked, and I like how she fought. So that is just a really cool look. It's not a cool helmet, but that's the only one I could really make with the perks I had. So I'm going to put a perk here so that we can maybe do a little better with shouting. And I have never really been good at using shouts a lot, but I'm going to try. Movement speed is 96%, which is absolutely great. So yeah, the whole point of this is to get to the next level, and there are several more levels of really incredibly tough that we're going to get. And this is the next step of getting dragon armor.
Really? You're who she picked? I hope she knows what she's doing. Need to lock the door behind you, or the patrols might notice something.
So let's see how this works in fighting.
Did you see those robes?
You're on your own.
This morning?
Somebody help! Help! Do something.
Yeah, that works pretty well. I think that weapon works fine against dirty elves.
Hey, watch it!
Evasion to 25.
But I need that.
Huh? Ha! I found you!
I'm dead! I'll try and make this quick.
I don't think that dagger was ever going to do any damage.
You're dead.
So we have armor rating of 707, and our weapon is now doing 1300 damage with enchants and potion. So that just cuts through this mission just very easily. I like those floating weapons. That's very cool.
Never should have come here.
Your gear's safe in my room, as promised. Did you learn anything useful?
Okay, I want to get all 3 perks here of magic resistance. That's kind of the point. And so back in heavy armor, we now have 67 magic resistance, which is great, and I really like the 25% potions that you buy. Also, we have really good movement speed in heavy armor. So here are all the effects that are up, all the buffs, and there are now a whole bunch of them. Lover's Comfort is a big deal. 25% increased learning or increased rate of gaining XP. It's a buff to XP. Really, really powerful. So armor of 1205 before enchanting or before alteration. So level 56, a very strong character with almost everything in fighting, very little in magic, alchemy, yes, all in with alchemy. Here we have restoration, and again, restoration is pretty much a waste of time for this build. Completely unnecessary. Movement speed 91, and that makes heavy armor fun.
Speak to folk when you have the funds, and thank you.
So I've talked about it before, but this is really a great house to have. And I highly recommend doing another life game and starting with this home and making it your home for the entire game. It is just a very cool house. Most everyone has probably had it before in one of their games, but for those of you who haven't, it's just different somehow. And Solitude is a lot more interesting to me than any of the other holds. I think Solitude makes a great base city to work out of the entire game. And the basement area is very cool too. And you have a nice view. Who doesn't like that? And a patio to have coffee in the morning.
The Jarl has appointed me to be your housecarl. It's an honor to serve
So this is your house, Carl, and she makes a really good follower.
Honor to you, my Thane.
Yeah, this is a neat little place. And while you're here, you can kill birds,
What you do here today may well save your lives.
which is always a good thing. Although it's actually more helpful for one-handed characters.
Go away, if you know what's good for you.
Shivari. Something says we're not going to get along. This is an interesting place. These people look a little bit, questionable.
Good news. I found that dwarven hammer you were looking for.
You did? Thanks. I'll get you the rest of your coin by tomorrow.
Yeah, funny about that. The price was 100 higher than I expected.
Delvin, you have no shame. I'll get you the rest like I said. I want that hammer. Stay out of trouble, or there's gonna be trouble. That's interesting. Why do I care? You want a drink or maybe just a few broken bones?
Like you, ever see yourself with an old codger like me?
A friend, huh? Well, then it's probably okay if I tell you. He lives somewhere in the Ratway Warrens. Must be crazy or desperate to live down there. Maybe both.
So Dirge is a scumbag and an idiot.
So, Delphine keeps up the fight after all these years.
And here's Esbern.
I thought she'd have realized it's hopeless by now.
But a dog! I am your master! Behold the future! Behold the Thalmor!
So we finished that little quest, and this is the next part. I'm gonna hit these potions when the dragon lands. Bed for right now, just something for Fire Frost and Shock. Oh, that's one of those nasty shouts. Taking a potion mid-swing, that was cheating, but I wanted to see the difference in a regular swing without any potions and a regular swing with potions. And it seemed to make a difference. Yeah, let's see if we can level blocking.
Die! Come and face the force.
Die,
And fortunately, Esperin came back. Too bad. Made me cut the party short. So eventually we get to Skyhaven Temple, and we get all this this good stuff, and the most important thing is the Dragon Smithing Book. Draconic. And it's pretty interesting. But now we can make dragon armor. And that's going to take us to the next level. And this is a very nice set of armor, which I'm going to take with me. Just because it looks good.
Look, here is your thread. This panel goes back to the beginning of time, when Alduin and the Dragon Cult ruled over Skyrim. Here, the humans rebelled against their dragon overlords, the legendary Dragon War.
This is actually a very cool place. Every game I think I'm going to hang out here a bit more, but you're always so busy running back and forth. And the thing about it is, in vanilla settings, you can remain tied to both the blades and the graybeards. And as long as you don't open the scroll at the throat of the world, they will both give you things to do. So one will give you word walls and the other one will give you dragon locations. But as soon as you open the scroll, that stops. You have to pick one or the other. Basically, the blades won't help you anymore.
Dremyolok, greetings, Wundernik. I am Parthenax.
So we go to the top of this little hill, or a mountain, rock, and get the special pickaxe, and that gives us plus 5% to smithing. So the whole point of doing all this is to be able to get dragon armor. Dragon armor has enormous benefits, and combining the current set with dragon armor is going to be better than just this set of armor. Now, you don't need it. You can finish the entire game easily with just this set of armor and these weapons. But, of course, I want to see what happens if I take it to the next level. And I then get this quest, which I've been waiting on. And this is going to be the next part of how I make this character more powerful, which is the white file. So there's the Blades armor, and there's the Cursed armor to the right, but that armor looks great, so I put it on a mannequin. So you can make a dragon plate at any time. Not just 11 to midnight. And here the smithing gear I have. And you have to have the notched pickaxe in your hand. And the best blacksmithing potion is 5%. And Requiem is a game of 1 and 2%, working your way up. So with this, I'm able to improve my current set of armor and also significantly temper the dragon plate. So I'm able to do these weapons. I'm not able to do the Daedric weapons I have in my inventory because it's not 11 p.m. yet, so I have to wait and then come back and do it again to be able to improve the Daedric weapons. Now, let's see. The Etherium Armor, 1219. Which is very good, and then add 150 for alteration. And the Dragon Plate Armor, 1686. And add 150. That's pretty good protection. That's really crazy protection. Almost 2,000. So what I decided to do was to keep the chest piece because of the Great Enchants, but to swap out the Dragon Plate, and I want to put two-handed on as many things as I can. And on the helmet, I put magic. So I also have a ring with two-handed. So that's a lot of two-handed enchants. And I kept hoping I would find a ring of 30% two-hand, but I never found it. It never just showed up. But that gives me, look at this damage. This is even better damage than before. And my potions are about 40% at this point, 35 to 40%. But the big thing is look at this speed. 97% movement speed. That's just terrific. 97% movement speed. That's why Dragon Armor is better than the heavy Etherium or the Daedric Armor set. The speed you have is just amazing. So I want to kill this dragon without using Berserker Rage to see how this would work for any race, not just orcs. So I'm taking the potions before the combat, like you're supposed to.
Happening.
Yep, that was pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. But we're not done. Lazgar is going to get even more deadly. So it was about 4 hits to kill a dragon. Let's see if we can get that number down.